I just come out to say how much I miss old Reverend Gray. Of course, he wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but, well, I liked his style. He gave a service with a smile, and his sermons had a bit of jollity. Like, sometimes just for a lark, he dropped the odd remark, just to see that everyone was listening. Like he'd say, I know a man named Ho, because the vicar stumped his toe right bang in the middle of the christening. And when his fried cod was bad, a lot of people would have got mad and told the waitress to tell the chef to chuck his hand in. But he just looks up and says, Miss, it would seem to me that this is the piece of cod that passeth all understanding. He says, here, a week last Saturday, we went down Cheddar Way, had a picnic in the caves just for a treat. I took the choir and Reverend George. I says, did you see the Devil's Gorge? He says, no, I can't stand watching people eat. Last week, we buried old Fred. Well, we had to, he was dead. At the funeral, the vicar meets his Uncle Jack. He says, well, and how old are you? He says, me, I'm 102. He said, it's hardly worth your while of going back. But he always was a visionary. Perhaps that's why he became a missionary. He went to Africa to help some native tribe. He come home on leave one day. We was round there right away wondering what wondrous things he would describe. He says, they big Zulus all wears fig leaves. The little pygmies, they wears tea leaves. Oh, he had some intriguing tales to tell. I says, here, tell me about the pygmy. Does he really practice polygamy? He says, he don't have to, he does it rather well. He says, I met this plate-lipped Ubangi lass in this tall jungle grass, and I asked her to direct me to the ship. She says, I'd like to answer you, but I find that hard to do, because you see, you're standing on me bottom lip. He says they gets drunk and goes into a trance and gets up and starts to dance on broken glass and sharpened bamboo roots and burning red-hot coal. And it don't hurt them at all, because you see they wear these great big hobnail boots. Well, one day he packed his tent. Back to Africa he went, because he had faith of that there was no doubt. Like when he seen this lion limping with a thorn stuck in its foot, he just went up and he gently took it out. And then he said a little prayer, and he blessed the lion then and there and stroked its mane. And this great big lion let him. And then to show it could understand, it went up and it licked his hand and raised its paw and knocked him down and ate him. Well, I don't like this new vicar we got. And his wife, she ain't so hot. He refers to her as my good lady Ellen. She walks around in fancy clothes like she got a smell underneath her nose. And half the time he looks like what she's smelling. I tell you, when I first got my place, the garden was a disgrace. I tell you, it looked just like a wilderness. Well, I worked day and night until I got it right, until I had cleared up the rotten mess. Well, they too come past one day, sees my floral display and my lawn all smelling sweet and newly mown. He says it shows what God can do with a little help from you. I says you should have seen it when he had it on his own. Still, I'll see Reverend Gray again when my turn comes to go, and then, I sees it in me mind's eye every day. There'd be a band of happy angels all laughing fit to bust and telling them the tale would be Reverend Gray.